Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love. Okay, we are going to do a Celtic cross today. My table's wet. I've just dried it off. It was in a real bad state, my table was. It was really mucky. Anyway, good morning. It is morning. It's 11:24. I feel like my words are vibrating through my ears. Okay. I feel a bit muzzy. Let's use the Witch's Tarot. I'm going to do a Celtic cross. And I've got the Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards out. It is Thursday. Okay. Standing strong. The Divine Feminine, standing strong. Okay. You're looking good, Divine Feminine. You're looking like a warrior here. Okay. Now, I'm drawn to count. If it's the 9 of Wands, then there's 8 Wands behind you. And that's what I'm to focus on, the 8 of Wands. Okay. Which is standing your ground. So what's the 9 of Wands mean? Well, let's have a look. I'm in no rush. A strong and determined looking woman is dressed in red with a large heraldic dragon embroidered upon the centre of her tunic. She wears a silver pentagram amulet for protection around her throat. The woman has deep wine red hair and holds one blooming hawthorn wand easily and diagonally across her body like a quarterstaff or quarterstaff. Both a witch and a warrior. She has on sturdy brown pants and leather boots as she stands at the ready to defend her turf. 8 other wands, which is what I was drawn to have a look at. 8 other wands are posted into the green grass and arranged behind her as if they are creating a barrier. In the background, the sun is setting beautifully over the mountains and casting long shadows across the grass and the flowers. The setting sun symbolises that the warrior's test is soon coming to a successful end, and that her diligence has paid off. In the grass, at the base of the wands, St. John's wort is blooming in places. The herb St. John's wort is associated with fire and the Midsummer Sabbath, and it also symbolises physical and magical protection. Good to know. Okay, so should we have a look at this part which says you're coming to the end of this test, Divine Feminine? The setting sun symbolises that the warrior's test is soon coming to a successful end and that her diligence has paid off. Okay, so do you have any challenges? The Chariot. This is just from out of nowhere, to be honest. That's what come through. The challenges are from out of nowhere. Let's read about the Chariot. It's a major arcana. And this is coming out of nowhere. Okay. What card number is the Chariot? 7. An armour-clad charioteer stands inside his gold and silver chariot as he races his horses through the clouds and across the sky. In the background, we see a crescent moon, starry skies, and the sunrise. The sun rises lighter sky beneath him. On the charioteer's helmet is an 8-pointed star. This is the star of Venus, a symbol of healing. Across his armour is a golden sash bearing the signs of the zodiac. He holds a magician's wand aloft in his left hand, and with his right hand he appears to be directing the two horses that are pulling the chariot with the strength of his will alone. As there are no reins on the horses, this illustrates that he is in control of his personal power and the magical energy at play. The chariot tells the story of the hero, he who has battled fiercely and won. This is the only card in the deck that has two horses in it, and their symbolism is important. This pair of horses mimics the pillars in the High Priestess card. To the driver's right is a black horse, which represents night, lunar magic, chaos, and subconscious, and feminine energies. The white horse on the driver's left symbolises the day, solar magic, order, the conscious mind, and masculine energies. Rather than being ruled by those forces, the charioteer directs them and harnesses these powers to create the outcome that he desires, just as we see him controlling the pair of horses and keeping them moving forward together. Interesting. So the energy here about the divine masculine, like he's right behind you, divine feminine. Okay, you are moving forward together here. When it spoke about the High Priestess, this is the only card in the deck that has two horses in it, and their symbolism is important. The pair of horses mimics the pillars in the High Priestess card. Okay, so the divine masculine here mimicking you. I felt like you were clones. Okay. Out of the blue. My ears are ringing. Let's have a look at what's gone on in the past. The Seven of Pentacles, you can see here that this masculine is pondering. What's he pondering upon? He's not really looking at the coins, he's kind of looking at the grass. Okay, let's have a look. What's going on with you? The Seven of Pentacles. Okay, when I said what's going on with you, the response was, well, what's going on with you? So he's pondering about what's going on with the divine feminine. Okay, feels like his money's been taken away. I was going to say his focus has been taken away from the money, but the money's been taken away from the focus. Okay. A dark-haired young man stands next to a tall, lush and greeny leaf plant. A greeny leaf plant. It's a green leafy plant. On the plant are 7 golden pentacles. The young man rests his chin upon his crossed gloved hands. He looks tired but satisfied as he takes a break from his gardening and leans upon a long-handled gardening tool. The young man wears practical and sturdy medieval-style clothes in earthly shades of green, yellow and brown that are suitable for working in a garden. The sky behind him is blue, clear and fair, and the surrounding landscape is green and lush. All of the effort, time and work the young man has put into the care of this plant are paying off. The gardening tool that he leans upon could be a shovel buried in the soil or a hoe hidden in the lush grass. Either way, it's to remind you that you have many tools available to you in your quest for success and prosperity. It's time to choose the best tool for the task. I feel that's you, divine feminine. Okay, it's time to choose the best tool for the task, like you are the best tool for the task. Take it out and put it to use. Invest in yourself. All of your efforts and hard work will bear wonderful fruit, just as this young gardener's has. It's lovely because this is the energy of how much you have both helped each other to grow, okay, through this situation. Let's have a look at the current energy then. There's definitely been personal development here, following, I feel, in the divine feminine's shadow. Let's say that. But it's time for the masculine to come out into the light. He has enough wisdom and knowledge. This is like the tree of life, this bush here. Hello, Mr. Fly. You're quite tiny. Coming right from my nose. Okay. So this is about progression. What's going to help the divine masculine to progress even more? Stepping into the light feels, well, it's out of the blue. Oh my goodness. I mean, this is a tiny little fly. Is it even the fly that's by my ear? I just felt something tickle my ear. Let's have a look at the current energy. Nearly. Oh, that's nice. It's the strength card. So we have the masculine here. I'm going to call the masculine the lion. He looks ever so contented with the feminine. Okay. She has the infinity sign above her. This is the masculine in his instinctive. Okay, so I was actually going to say my instincts weren't quick enough, my response, my reflexes, but it didn't fall on the table, did it? So, but that's the kind of, the energy as a lion would instinctively know where he feels safe or where he feels threatened. Okay. Big softie, big pussycat here. Let's read the strength card. An auburn-haired woman sits quietly at dawn with a large male lion at her side. The lion is magnificent, and he leans contentedly into the woman for comfort. She is smiling, calm, and able to control the lion by her demeanour and touch alone. The woman is crowned with green oak leaves. These represent strength. A lemniscate, the infinity symbol, glows above the woman's head and shows that she is a spiritual and magical being. Her gown is white and red. Both of these colours are associated with the goddess. Around her neck are 8 glowing rubies. The number of these fiery stones is a reminder and a link to the number of her major arcana card. The necklace is an important symbol for the woman in the card, as the ruby is known for enhancing a positive and courageous state of mind. A garland of lush red roses signifying harmony and beauty drapes over the lion and the woman, linking them together, which brings up the question of who has strength in this card. The woman, for her quiet strength, power, and enjoyment of the situation, or the lion, for being strong enough to tame his wilder impulses, to have self-control, and to allow himself the pleasure of the experience. It's a beautiful card. Okay. So both allowing you to enjoy this experience. So not only you enjoying the experience, but allowing your better half. That's what it feels like. You are each other's better half. The experience of experiencing you. Okay. Let's have a look into the future with this reading. I was singing in my head, it must be love. It must be love. It must be love. It's love. Okay. And you both feel it, and it's like this wave of love just comes over you. Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is shown here as a young teen on the brink of womanhood. The page is full of optimism and curiosity, and good humour lights up her hazel eyes. Her golden hair is partially gathered back with a seashell headband, while her pale aqua dress and silver starfish earrings show her to be linked to the element of water. Around her throat is a necklace of simple sea glass. The Page of Cups holds a silver cup out before her in both hands. Inside the cup, a blue fish has appeared and is whispering secrets to her. The fish is inviting the page to look within, to embrace the element of water, and to explore her intuitive, magical, and psychic talents. Behind the Page of Cups, we see bright blue skies and the ocean. Surrounding the page, a playful, sparkling wave with a crescent moon. With a crescent moon shape is seen. This is another nod towards the feminine powers of the moon and its pull over the ocean tides and its power over all of us. Okay, it actually says, and its pull over the ocean tides and its power over us all. The page is not worried about the wave. She welcomes its playful splashing. After all, it's all part of the learning process. She is ready to dive in and begin her studies. The Page of Cups adventures and the journey on her new magical path have only just begun. Okay, beautiful. It's only just begun. You ain't seen nothing yet. Baby, 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 you just ain't seen nothing yet. How exciting. Should we have a look at what excuses behind the scenes? I was going to say your assistants. Well, let's have a look. Have you got any more excuses? Okay, we've got 2 cards. What's the assistance behind the scenes? There are no excuses, really. Let's stick with what come through. You're out there, on your doorstep, waiting, pondering. Okay, you're holding on to your coins. So I thought your focus had focused away from money. Or I felt like your focus was being taken away from money. Okay, so maybe not your money's been taken away, but now you're not really focusing on that. Focusing on love. Okay. I want to know what love is. I want you to show me. That kind of energy. A message. These are messages. Okay. So you want to know what love is. You're going to be shown. That's what's assisting you behind the scenes. Let's read these cards. The 4 of Pentacles. It did come up with what's your excuse. Okay. An older man with grey hair and small round glasses sits alone. He is dressed in elegant, rich green and gold clothes. He sits perched on the stone front steps of his pretty cottage, an arched and intricately carved wooden front door shut behind him. A herbal wreath hangs charmingly on the cottage door. The man looks a little suspicious as he hugs a golden pentacle to his chest. He hunches over another and has 2 more golden pentacles carefully tucked under each foot, as if he is afraid for anyone else to touch or try to take those pentacles away from him. His body language clearly shouts, "Mine," but it makes you wonder, is the man just an old penny-pinching miser? Could he simply be insecure and afraid? Or did he sacrifice his personal relationships in order to be successful and is now alone? Intriguingly, hanging on the man's front door is a pretty wreath of blooming honeysuckle. This herb is often worked into prosperity spells. Is that your prosperity spell? Interesting. That sounded like well, I think it's a squeaky toy, isn't it? Probably a dog toy or something. A bit weird to have out on the streets, but hey. Or like I don't know, it took me to the circus, a clown. Okay, so you've done this prosperity spell. It's manifesting in the form of the divine feminine. Okay. I like it though. I like your style. Intriguingly, hanging on the man's front door is a pretty wreath of blooming honeysuckle. Excuse me. This herb is often worked into prosperity spells. The wreath itself is a symbol of the changing seasons and cycles of life. It directly contrasts with the man's resistance to change. Okay, so we're experiencing contrast, which is good because through the contrast you'll find clarity. By living through what you don't want, really, you're going to know what you do want. So, why does he cling so hard to those pentacles? What is he really guarding? His boundaries are up and he does not want to come off those steps and interact with anyone. Perhaps he should listen more closely to the message from the honeysuckle in his wreath. For in the language of flowers, honeysuckle blossoms represent generosity. Very interesting. So, why does he cling on to those pentacles? Well, there's a lot of fear here. His body language, I just can't seem to get that. It's like he can't get the words out. His body language clearly shouts mine, but it makes you wonder, is the man just an old penny pinching miser? Could he simply be insecure and afraid? I think we're getting more to the root of the issue. Or did he sacrifice his personal relationships in order to be successful and is now alone? Well, you've got messages here. 8 of Wands. Things happening really quickly. Behind the scenes. Okay. Let's have a look. Eight blooming hawthorn wands adorned with red ribbons shoot down from a beautiful blue sky. In the background, we see a silver lake, green valley, and mountains. The tranquil backdrop is in direct contrast to the 8 wands that are rushing into view. The 8 wands are coming back to earth, as it were. This card symbolises that many creative possibilities are falling into place. Also, the journey is coming to the happy end. All you hoped for is about to occur, and success is at hand. Excitement, activity, change, and movement are the messages of this card. The 8 of Wands is one of the few minor arcana cards that does not have any people, animals, or creatures in it. All we see is landscape, and the 8 wands hurtling towards the ground. This card is basic and simple in the best possible way, and so is its meaning. This is a card of movement and manifestation. Things will never be the same again. How are you feeling about this? Sometimes hard to put words to feelings, to your emotions. How are you feeling? You've got the Queen of Cups here. This person's a block. You're not even considering your own feelings. You're considering someone else's feelings. Okay. How are you feeling? When I say you're considering someone else's feelings, you're considering your past feelings. Because this is an energy of a past love. She's the Queen of Cups, okay? And she tripped you up, as in, maybe she made you look like a clown. I don't know, made a fool of you, but she's got her foot out. And so I'm asking you how you're feeling. And you're feeling scared because of what's happened in the past. So there's this fear of getting tripped up, caught up. I'm not sure. Whatever happens here, you're fearing that can come into your future. Only if you bring that fear with you. Okay. It's not the same connection. You're not the same person. Let's read about the Queen of Cups. Also, there was this energy of wanting to kind of save this person's feelings. The enchanting Queen of Cups sits on a shell and coral throne at the ocean's edge. A playful ocean breeze makes her platinum blonde hair flutter back from her tranquil, beautiful face. The gentle waves in the background are gorgeous puffy clouds, and blue skies set the tone for her calm and peaceful state of mind. The Queen of Swords is mystical and serene. She wears a pearl-encrusted silver crown with 7 points on it, representing the 7 seas. Her gown is I have something flying around just here. Her gown is a deep royal blue with seriously, I have a fly on my nose. Okay. Her gown is a deep royal blue with a shell and water design and is trimmed in pearls and silver. The Queen holds the silver cup in both of her hands and is raising it up to eye level, as if she is scrying upon the surface of the liquid within the cup. A royal rich necklace of sapphire, silver, and pearls is around the Queen's throat. The pearls are linked to the element of water and prophetic dreams, and the silver is a receptive metal. The sapphires are naturally linked to the element of water, and their presence in the Queen's silver crown and on her necklace strengthens her psychic awareness and is associated with love and serenity. A small bouquet of wood violets, white roses, and purple foxgloves lies in her lap. The flowers in her lap correspond to the element of water. The white roses symbolise love and emotions, the violets faithfulness, and the foxgloves are a magical flower of protection. The white roses scattered at her feet on the beach are left as an offering to the seas whence she gathers her elemental power. I'm not too sure what to make of that. I felt like someone, because there was a lot about what's going on around her neck, and I felt like she could be quite emotional. Said the word scrying, I kind of wanted to say crying. And I feel like, I don't know whether or not this feminine turns on the waterworks, but it wouldn't surprise me if she hasn't had a dream, okay, or a vision, and she knows that the masculine here is leaving. Okay. So how does this affect others? I do feel the energy of the masculine wanting to stand his ground. It's like he is fighting back here. He's not going to be manipulated. Okay. So that's a bit of a role. How does this affect others? Well, it's like how it's affecting others is in the masculine's. How does he feel about this? Well, he feels like it's affecting other people. But he's still going to stand his ground. I feel like a divine voice is going to come through, like the masculine, as if like, I don't know, I feel like he could bellow. Like this voice that comes through, it could be quite scary. Serious, maybe. Okay. When you get so angry, like you want to be around someone who can calm you down. I feel that then is the divine feminine's energy. It said about the lion here, he's magnificent, okay, and he's kind of tamed. His wilder instincts are tamed by the feminine here. I felt like by her presence and touch. Anyway, let's have a look at this Seven of Wands. Just checking out what the battery is. I've had this feeling that the camera is just going to cut off. I don't see why it would. It says it has 80%, but... So there's that feeling of like, game over, show's over. Let's look at the Seven of Wands here. A fit and trim young man holds a blooming hawthorn wand out horizontally in front of his chest. Behind him are cliffs in the background that represent the unknown, but the sky is brightening up and the clouds have parted, which is a visual clue that all is well here. The young man is taking a stand and is wearing flame colours of golden, yellow, orange and red to help visually link him to the element of fire. He charges towards the other wands confidently, and as if he is enjoying the challenge. He is independent, clever, and more than capable of handling whatever life throws at him. This card symbolises adrenaline, enthusiasm, and ambition. The young man in this card not only has the will to succeed, he realises the chance to put his mental, physical, and magical skills to the test. Go Divine Masculine. Okay, so he's kind of enjoying taking the lead here, really. Stepping into a true Divine Masculine energy. Standing up for himself and his rights. Okay, let's look at hopes or fears. The High Priestess. So there isn't any. Not when the Divine Feminine's around. You feel balanced. Hopes or fears? No need to fear. Okay. It's like life always feels hopeful when the Divine Feminine is near. So let's have a look at this. Card number 2, the High Priestess. The High Priestess before you is powerful, mystic, wise and compelling. She is serious, kind, just and compassionate. This is the maiden aspect of the goddess, and her wisdom is all-encompassing. The High Priestess wears an ethereal silver gown and royal blue hooded cape as she sits in contemplation upon her throne, her feline familiar sitting calmly at her side. The blue sky and nature are her backdrop, and the moon and the stars of the cosmos are at her feet. Pomegranates grow lushly around her, and she is stationed evenly between 2 lunar pillars. The High Priestess is calm and in control of the occult powers she wields. She does not lean towards the waxing energies or towards the waning energies of the moon, as she is not inclined to the light or the dark. The High Priestess is centered. She's centered and neutral. And we picked up the High Priest energy here, with the horses representing the pillars of the High Priestess. Of course, you're going to be drawn towards that energy. The High Priestess wears a triple goddess crown and a necklace of amber and jet stones to denote her rank. Amber increases mental powers and jet enhances psychic abilities, both important qualities for the High Priestess. In her hands, she holds a scroll for knowledge and blooming sage. I've swapped the position now around. Let's put the chariot back down. So in her hand, she holds a scroll for knowledge and blooming sage, which represents wisdom. The pomegranates are sacred to the goddess Persephone, and they signify royalty and elegance. The young black cat, the classic witch's familiar, represents the feminine mysteries of the craft. Shall we look at the outcome for this reading? Well, it all looks positive. The moon, I say it all looks positive, but then we do still have this karmic energy here that needs to be dealt with. So this energy does need to be dealt with, and the Divine Masculine will deal with it. Okay, this is his job to deal with this karmic energy here. Okay, you can see the wolves here. It's the only energy that doesn't resonate with the reading. I feel like she's like trying to be a flame. She's trying, but it's just underneath it all, there lies a wolf. You can feel the energy here. I felt as if, she might get all emotional because she can sense. So, of course, she wants to try, but if it's not within her, I felt the energy when I was reading this card and I stumbled. I felt the energy of charity. Okay. Being very charitable. Let's have a look at the moon energy. Now, that it has been coming through the last couple of days, there's going to be some major shifts, like this week, or within the next week, up until this full moon energy. It said not being affected by the waxing or the waning of the moon. I don't know whether that's waxing or waning. I don't know which one. I just know about the full moon and the new moon. Can't see the new moon. You can see the full moon. So, well, it's one or the other, isn't it? It's either waxing or waning, and this feminine is affected by it, where this feminine, it's stated she's not. She's centered and neutral. Okay. Let's read the moon energy. Hecate, the crone, stands at the foggy crossroads holding a torch aloft. Her silver hair flows out on a breeze around her throat. I didn't even pause there. Around her throat, okay. Her silver hair flows out on a breeze. Around her throat she wears a Hecate's wheel pendant. At her waist hang 3 skeleton keys and a pentagram. Hector Trivia, the goddess of the 3 ways, or the goddess of the crossroads, held sway over the earth, the sky, and the sea. She could appear in any number of guises, as a beautiful maiden, a matron, or as a crone and guide, and she is depicted here. As she is depicted here. Okay. As the crone and guide. A crone is a woman of power, a woman who has acquired great knowledge in her lifetime, who walks with wisdom and who wears her years beautifully. Hecate's trio of companion wolves represent the wilder aspects of ourselves. Hecate was always accompanied by canines, both wild and domestic. The 2 willow trees in the background are sacred to Hecate, and the willow corresponds both with the element of water and with lunar magic. Hecate shows us that there is more to be seen than we would first imagine, such as a crone who is beautiful instead of a haggard and wizened. Magic is everywhere, even in the most unsuspecting of places. Look carefully now. What will Hecate and the light of the moon reveal to you? They say that you never really know anyone until you split up with them. Anyway, that's so true. See how they treat you when, maybe you want to change some things. Big eye opener. Okay, let's go to the Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards. Okay, let's have a look and see what the message wants to come out of the Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards. It will give us a little story of its own. Let's hear it then. Rejection. I felt like this was coming on with, what's the excuse then? Fear of being rejected. That's what I feel for the Divine Masculine. Where's he picked that up from? I would say this feminine. I feel like she's cunning. So she knows what she's doing. She's knowledgeable enough to know how to affect this Divine Masculine. And this is a karmic energy. Okay, but it's okay. He's standing his ground. I don't feel he's going to be a fool anymore. Okay, he's not fooled by her. Let's have a look at rejection. Ivory Tower. They won't use me. The legend. The artist is summoned for jury duty, but they won't use him. He doesn't fit their concept of what a juror should be. He paints pictures no one understands. He lives alone. They want somebody who will put himself in the other guy's place, but he will never do that. He doesn't get mixed up with anything or anyone. They honour his individuality when they invite him, yet when he appears, they reject it by not using him. The inspiration. You don't have to be on the inside track. Be sure to yourself. Be sure to yourself. Be true to yourself, and you will not be unhappy. Rejection is spirit's protection. Personal inquiry. Am I working with or against my environment? What is the purpose of my present solitude? The key ideas. Others' approval. Unsupportive environment. Working alone. The arrival of a teacher. Keywords: protection, exclusion, and development. Okay, let's have a look at this meditation here. Imagine divine ivory light filtering down and encircling you. In the distance, the ivory tower beckons. You reach the castle and the drawbridge slowly lowers. You enter the castle grounds and come to the tower. At the top of the stairs is a door. Inside is the place of no judgment. You have finally found your way home. That's beautiful. Should we end with a Rumi? Let's end with a Rumi message. Energy shifted then. Okay, final card. Commitments. Let's have a look at this message. I feel like I'm clearing the airway. Not clearing your airways, I'm clearing your earways. Can you hear? Listen, you're best not to question it. Card number 31. I didn't tart. It sounded like I tutted, but I didn't tart. Okay, I promise. Commitment. The awakened heart is like a lantern. Keep it sheltered from the turbulence of the winds of desire. Rumi. We are candles lit by the one great flame. The breath of life does not I feel like my airways are blocked now. Okay, but you're listening. Good. We are candles. I've been really distracted. Can we get on with the message? Ready? You ready? We are candles lit by the one great flame. The breath of life does not extinguish us. On the contrary, it only serves our flame to blaze brighter. Here, in the temple of one love, there is no flickering or smoke to our flame. We are natural in our purpose, simply to bring the warmth and light of love to life. We dance, though we are stillness. We are on fire, though we do not burn. There is a flame that must be safeguarded. In truth, it can never be extinguished. It is the light that never goes out. Even with such enduring power, our recognition and respect of this flame is essential to human development. This flame is holy and lies within each human heart. When the flame is recognised for its worth, it ceases to flicker and smoke, becoming very still. It ceases to flicker and smoke, becoming very still. In the stillness, the light can fulfil its destiny to shine brightly so as to reveal every path, absolutely clear and without wavering in the fluctuations of fear and attachment. Desire does not have to be a hindrance on the path. It can show us our passions and help us find our purpose. However, the attachment that can come with desire, the belief that it can be sated only with one particular person, one set of circumstances, can cause us to stop looking at what the light is revealing to us, the way forward on our path in the here and now, and instead try to forcibly conjure the shadows to become what we imagine they should be. When we stop seeing life as it is, showing up for us every moment and engaging with it as it is, we can become careless with the light of the heart. Our huffing and puffing, seriously, our huffing and puffing to force what does not need to be forced, can cause the heart light to flicker and waver. This can make our way seem uncertain, and doubts can crowd in upon us as the light is compromised in its purpose. We forget to trust in what is, because we get caught up in attachment and fear surrounding our desires, rather than letting life move us. We try to move life. There is a way forward on your life path that needs to be seen by you now. It will be helpful for you to have the clarity. It will be helpful for you to have that clarity and that certainty. You might have already caught a glimpse of it, but be doubting your vision or yourself. This oracle comes as a reminder to you. Don't doubt. What you are feeling deep within the passionate love of your heart light is true. It is real. You are being led into it by the progress of life itself. You must trust in this, even if it seems at times as though you are being led away from the vision. Life operates according to a genius that is beyond a linear approach. It is to be trusted rather than understood. There is enough challenge in the personal transformation being asked of you to simply take the steps. That is more than enough. You do not have to also create or control the terrain, not determine the map for the journey. You simply need to take each step that presents itself to you in each moment. Don't let fear that your desire won't manifest cause you to try to bend life to your will. It is an unnecessary battle, and one that will not serve your soul here. Instead, just show up, be present, attend to what is before you in each moment, and trust yourself. Let the light of your heart take you into serenity that will bring you the balm of a solid core of comfort, even whilst the world shifts and changes according to the workings of divine will. As you move along your life journey, step by step, your divine will is moving you too, shining one into fulfillment of your destiny. Life is not working at cross purposes with you, far from it. It is a co-conspirator with your heart. Come back to the stillness of the love within and know your heart light to be what it is, reliable and true, showing you the way even now, in peace and stillness. Beautiful. You've got this, you've got this. Being happy doesn't mean being perfect. What lies behind you and what lies in front of you pales in comparison to what lies inside of you. And the bottom of the deck, I can make good decisions. Yes, you can. Okay, guys, have a lovely day. I will catch up with you soon. Until then, take care, much love. Bye for now.